So y'all, today I want to talk about eating. And I laugh because I am such a plain eater. Over time, it has still not developed from when I was a young person. So I don't eat any white sauces like, mayonnaise or like tzatziki sauce or like a cottage cheese. Um, I eat the same foods in the same cities from the same restaurants because I like consistency and familiarity.
You don't want to be disappointed
No,
either.
no, and I want to be full when I eat. Anything new that I eat, and this is TMI, does not agree with my stomach. Yes, even home cooked meals. I have to get used to a person's hand and just how they're, preparing something. Today we're going to be talking to someone that is an expert in the kitchen, but also an expert in many other things. And I think with just how the world has progressed with social media, it's like you got to show off your talent, and that's what he's done. I'd be kind of curious to taste his food,
Me too.
right? We should have
Yeah.
asked him to bring us a plate.
You know what?
Mhm.
I was going to ask him why he didn't when I saw him in the green room. Like, where's the food? So,
Right?
yeah.
Okay. So at Black Girl Sunscreen, we actually provide lunch every single day to the team, and everyone has such different eating habits and preferences and things like that. But besides lunch, what else is going on at Black Girl Sunscreen, Kimberly?
Well, I just want to shout out the product that really started it all
Okay.
for us in
Okay.
2016, the OG, and that's our BGS 30. So, I mean, it really is the product that I think started the discussion around the importance of Black people, people of color, wearing sunscreen and wearing a sunscreen that did not leave a white cast. So literally groundbreaking and, like I said, shattered those myths. And the reason why it's so amazing is because it's so moisturizing, hydrating, melts into the skin. Shontay is showing you that. It's packed with aloe and sunflower seed oil, carrot seed oil, avocado oil, jojoba oil, cacao butter. I mean, it's incredibly moisturizing to the skin. And it continues to be our number one top selling item for a reason. I mean, people love it. They use it every single day. I know I do. And we continue to gain distribution. So Kroger, I'm so excited to announce, is one of our newest retail partners. So you can get it there nationwide.
Yeah, listen, she's what started it all. I call her our queen. The team calls her our queen because that's exactly who she is to us. I just put it on and it rubbed in sheer. It doubles as a moisturizer, so you can use it as SPF and a hydrating agent for your skin. There's so much that could be said about Black Girl Sunscreen, just how she has paved the way in a space that didn't exist before. Black Girl Sunscreen, and let me roll that back for a second. Brown and Black people have not been part of the conversation.
That's right.
Ever, never.
Ever.
We've enabled companies to now speak to the demographic of Black and Brown people on sun safety. So that's just something that you can't ignore that Black Girl Sunscreen has done, and we did it with one product. The cool part is that she's created an entire family.
Yes.
Right, this is what we do.
That's right.
This is what we do. So hop on down to Kroger. Kroger is also Ralph and Fry's. Fry's. So you can find Black Girl Sunscreen and Fry's as well as Kroger's. And go ahead, just take it off the shelf because that's how we exist.
That's right.
So, Kimberly,
yes.
Who do we have sitting next to us?
Okay, so our next guest is a creative force who uses his diverse talents as an actor, author, playwright, and motivational speaker to spark meaningful dialogue and inspire intentional living. He's the creator of Transparency, a powerful live stage production that explores emotional vulnerability in modern relationships, and the voice behind the philosophy of intentional consumption, which challenges audiences to be mindful of the media, conversations, and energies they take in. Known for blending culinary artistry with impactful narratives, please welcome Quan Bevins Jr., or better known as Chef Beanz to the show.
Hey now, how
What an introduction. Wow.
It was
Thank
beautiful,
you for that. Yes.
right? Yeah. Chef, what you eat for breakfast today?
So today I actually didn't eat. Well, it's just sea moss. Just sea moss this morning.
Did you drink it or you?
I just scooped it, drunk some water just because I ran and I just have a lot to get in preparation for the show later. So I didn't really eat much.
Okay. Do you eat sea moss, Kimberly?
I do. Scoop it in.
Yeah, 2 scoops.
Mm-hmm.
They got the sea moss crackers that I'll do. The little it's like a chip. You never had one?
No, I never had one.
Oh, I'll introduce them to you.
Yes.
Please do.
Yeah. We had them at the office one time. Okay, so sea moss for breakfast.
Yes. What did you have?
I love this question because normally I eat an omelet. I'm a very intentional eater. I have a very soft, sensitive stomach.
Okay.
So typically my breakfast is, and I just learned how to pronounce breakfast, by the way. I used to say breakfast. I'm being honest. So an omelet.
Okay.
Either with like a little bit of cheese in it, and then I like ham, and then I drink orange juice every single day, and I have like a Perrier, like a bubbly water, and then I do tea.
Okay.
So, but today I have like a soft breakfast sandwiches in the green room, and I have fruit.
Okay. What about you? What did you have?
Well, today it was quick. So I had fruit. I always have fruit for breakfast, but then I also had a protein smoothie. I have to make sure I get my protein because I'm a vegan.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But at least we all eat, something.
Yeah.
Because I know people that skip breakfast, like it's not important.
It is very important.
Okay, so Quan is your government name.
Yes.
Okay. If Quan's your government name, spelled also very uniquely.
Right.
Right.
The I is what throws a lot of people off.
People say Queen.
Yep. I've been getting that my whole life.
Okay. You thank your mother for that, or you curse her for that? Not curse her, but
So I'm a junior, so I would have to go to my grandmother. But I mean, I guess the I is what makes me an individual.
Okay.
So I take it.
Okay. So how did Chef Beanz come about?
So in high school, some of my friends just started calling me Q Beanz. My last name being Bevins. Sometimes people say Q Bevins. I don't know where they started calling me Q Beanz. And being a part of a fraternity, one day I was going to a cookout and one of my frat brothers just gave me a chef hat because I didn't have any other paraphernalia. So after I put that chef hat on, people just started calling me Chef Beanz. And I maintained that nickname just because I used it as a metaphor, not only for the things that I was learning to do in the kitchen, but also for the things that I cook up creatively. So I just made it make sense.
Hey now.
I love it.
You remind me because I have some friends, the Bivens. Do you get that?
Not the
Yeah.
New Edition?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah?
1000% you remind me of Mike Bivens.
That's funny. That's not the first time I heard that, but it's not spelled the same.
No, it's spelled differently, but just your demeanor, little height,
I'll take it. I just gotta, I guess, come up with a boy band to produce now. Since he got Boys II Men, I gotta find some singers
he's
there.
not in Boys II Men.
I know he didn't have Boys II Men, but wasn't he like the producer or something like that, or discovered them?
Yeah, he actually was.
Come on now, Bivens. You know your Bivens history.
Yes,
I'm part of the family tree or something. I don't know.
Talk to us about intentional consumption.
Yes.
What does that mean? Because we hear all through your content.
Yeah, so what intentional consumption was for me, well, when I birthed it, it came around the time, I want to say 2014, 2015, when we kept seeing a lot of police brutality being shown on social media. And my spirit responding to it in a negative way, it inspired me to want to create content that does the reverse effect on people. Like, how can I create content that people consume that actually lifts them up? And that's what motivated me to want to start posting motivational videos or just showing them different practices of being intentional. Again, not just what you physically consume, but the content you consume, the conversation you have, and the energy you ingest. And I just continuously watered that until now it's sprouted to a brand that's being supported worldwide.
I love it. I mean, you could utilize intentional consumption in everything that you do.
Everything.
Right? From what you consume in your body, from television watching to even the people around you.
Chef, I mean, so you are a storyteller.
Yes.
So what made you kind of combine the world of storytelling with the culinary influence? Like, what brought that together?
Yeah, so my introduction to the kitchen goes all the way back to childhood. And I guess it wasn't necessarily an introduction. Every time I would try to go in the kitchen, my family or parents would be like, don't let him touch anything. He's heavy-handed. I would break pots and pans and different things like that, right? Like a lot
So
of...
you had extra seasoning on your food?
I'm just saying. I kind of wasn't really allowed to really get busy in the kitchen until I got older. I started working in different restaurants, and I'm like, oh, this is a real thing.
Your mom didn't trust you, huh?
No.
And I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't eat my siblings cooking either.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I watched a lot of cartoons, so in my mind, you just turn everything on high heat so it can get done faster. That's what I thought. I'm like, if I keep it on high, the food will just get done faster.
Yeah.
So I would burn everything or overcook shrimp, just overcook everything. Hot dogs, everything. But it's not until I learned about, medium heat, slow simmer that no, you actually got to control the fire. So when it comes to storytelling, I know specifically in first grade, my first grade teacher brought in a storyteller for us. And we had to close our eyes, sit crisscross applesauce. And I remember just hearing like the rain sticks. We went through like a safari or something.
Oh, okay.
I remember hearing the rain sticks, or we had to like tap our thighs when the lion was chasing us and things like that.
Okay.
So that was my introduction to my imagination. And I realized I can transmute my thoughts into like physical things. And I just continuously watered that in most areas of my life.
I love that.
You're bringing this back.
Yeah.
You said the first grade. How long ago was that for you?
I don't know. I was born in 91. So whenever.
Not that long.
Yeah, whenever that was.
Well, so you've been in front of the camera.
Yes.
So you appeared on shows like This Is Us, right? You've done some TED Talks.
Hey now.
Yeah, with 3 steps to ace your next conversation.
Yes.
So 2-part question here. So I'm curious, how has your background in the kitchen really influenced the way you approach TV, film, media as a storyteller?
Yes, so my background in the kitchen, that was not the introduction to Chef Beanz. I've always been interested in the kitchen. I've managed restaurants, cooked at different restaurants, but it helped me better with like culinary metaphors. For example, it's something called like mise en place, which is everything in its place. Like if the yams go here, or the rice goes here, or the seasoning goes here, make sure you put it there so everyone knows where it's at. And I apply that to how I stay organized in my house. I apply it to how I stay organized in other facets of my life, and it influences it because the kitchen, I feel like that's where you can learn a lot of soft skills. That's where you learn a lot, because everything has to be communicated. Hot behind, knives, sharp, everything. And it just helps me with my specificity when I'm operating at everything else that I do. I have to maintain a certain level of efficacy to make sure that I'm accomplishing whatever it is that I desire. Mm-hmm. So it inspires all of that. And I believe the question was, how does, can you? Well,
yeah, I got something else. You want me? Because
sure.
I feel like
you did actually.
I feel like I went the scenic route, but I want to make sure I'm answering it.
No, you got it.
Yeah, unless you feel like you want to ask something.
I think the second part of the question was something about like how it influences
your approach to the media, to TV, just.
Well, transparency. And I also noticed my play is called Transparency. I noticed y'all had transparency and integrity on your website. So I already feel like we parallel.
Oh, now you getting prepared for this.
Listen.
Yes.
Y'all had integrity and transparency on there. So that's how I approach life. I like straight lines. I don't like too many surprises. Here's what it is. Here's who I am. And I like that in return. Even though I don't always get that in return, I like it. So I'm always looking at certain entertainment and things with a fine comb. And I forget the quote. What is it, like taking the meat, spinning out the bones or something like that? I just can't. Something like that. Balls, but something like that. But I'm just always intentional with the things I consume and the things that I choose to take away from them.
So do you think yams and rice go together?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I just wanted to be clear on.
No, I was just naming random examples.
Nah, I know that. Now I needed to understand who you were just a little bit.
No, yams and rice, that's not my style.
Okay, what about French fries and like a potato together?
No, that's like
I know, but
double. Like
it is I've seen people eat it before, like a baked potato and a French fry,
nah,
or like a French fry and a rice.
That's not for me. I will say this: I don't know if anybody's gonna be taken back by this. Sugar does not go in grits. I feel passionate about that. I'm
a savory person, so the way I like my grits are salt, pepper,
Mm-hmm.
and that's actually the only food that I eat salt and pepper on. I don't eat salt and pepper on nothing else because my grandmother taught us not to put salt and pepper on food ever.
Interesting.
So I don't use salt and pepper. Only on grits and then butter.
That's a
That's
good
it.
combo.
That's it. No cheese.
Okay. I add cheese in mine.
You do?
But yeah.
Like a cheddar?
Yeah, sometimes cheddar, I switch it up. If you're really trying to go crazy. If you
I'm not.
Okay, I was about to say, you can throw a little you can throw some
In the
lemon in
grit?
a little bit. Just don't over.
Did you
Okay,
say
can you
lemon?
I got
eat
you.
grits every day?
No.
I could.
I
I
can't.
could too.
I don't want to. I can, but I don't want to.
I could.
Then don't. And you don't, right? Nah, it's actually one of my favorite foods.
I love grits.
Shrimp and grits or just grits?
No, so I don't eat seafood that
Okay.
much, but just grits.
Yep.
Stand alone.
Salt, pepper. That's it.
Hey, now high five.
Yes.
You're high five.
Yes.
Okay, chef. Talk to us about your fraternity life.
Okay. What do you want to know?
Yes.
What do you want to know?
How's that really shaped you into, because once you said it, I was like, I could see that.
Yeah, so what I would say is going to college, there was a lot of different groups, and being a person who played sports in high school, who didn't play sports in college, tore my meniscus, I always leaned towards community. So my older cousins who just transferred from Lincoln University, they were already joining the fraternity, so they introduced me to it. And it just helped me with, like, how would I say? I would see these men go from partying to then the next day being in like a shirt and tie. And I just like that level of like that switch. So leaning more into it and just noticing how they can go from partying to also being in class and taking care of their grades in the library. That's what helped me just gain confidence inside and outside of the classroom as a Black man.
Did you see the most recent comment from Chuck on NBA talking about how dudes in fraternities? He was really trying to rank on Shaq.
Oh,
But did you see it? And he was like, anybody in the fraternity is a chump. Did you see this?
I didn't see it, but I mean, we get stuff like that all the time. But it's kind of like, if you know, we're just collectively.
He said it's all BS. He said, y'all don't do nothing for the community.
Which is false.
This is what Chuck said. I'm just telling you.
I know what he says, and I know what people say, but at the end of the day, we know the impact that we make on others. We know all the philanthropic things that we do. So a lot of times we don't really entertain our conversations as goats with sheep.
So you now? You wanna rap? I don't see the colors on.
Well, I'm in Omega Sci-Fi.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm curious, would you say that you are at times a bit of a risk taker? And if you are,
Every day.
Okay, great. So risks that you have taken that have served you well, that you really learned something from?
One of my biggest risks that I can think of is moving to Los Angeles without a job and a place to stay.
That's big.
That's the biggest risk I took. I have an education background, so I've worked all throughout K through 12 in higher ed. But me wanting to really
be a teacher.
I was teaching. I was in Res Life in college, working there.
You were the RA?
RD. RA and RD.
Not you snitching.
RA. No, I was the cool one though. I was the cool one though. So again, I wanted to water this Chef Beanz thing, and I just continuously watered it. Came up with a slogan: intentional consumption. Soon came the brand, be intentional, and I just kept leaning into it. But that was one of my biggest risks, because again, it wasn't guaranteed, but I knew I wanted to live a life full of inexplainable joy, as opposed to just doing things to make my parents and people around me happy. I had to lean into what made sense to me.
Paid off.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so you, I'm curious, young creatives coming up, is there any advice that you would give them on, just staying true to themselves?
Yes. The advice that I would give them is, don't focus too much on who's not supporting you. Focus on who is supporting you. A lot of times people don't do things because they feel like the people around them aren't supporting them, but you have to believe into yourself and be willing to invest into yourself. When I moved out here, I was down to like my last $100. And it was this restaurant booth that I saw on Facebook Marketplace. So again, I'm trying to bring this Chef Beanz thing to life. It was on Facebook Marketplace for like $40. I spent like another $30 to get a U-Haul, and then the last $30 to put gas in the tank after using the U-Haul. And I'm like, I got this booth, and I'm going to take this booth around the world with me. And that's been the same booth that I've used throughout every season of my show. Most of my plays out here, we just got back from Atlanta now, selling out, LA, going to do Houston next. But again, like, you have to be willing to invest into yourself, even if the people around you don't, because you will find your tribe, you will find your community, and everything will work out the way that it's supposed to.
Well, if you spent your last $100, then how'd you get everything else?
Just grinding. Like, I got everything else from grinding. Living not too far from the fashion district, and having access to the shirts and things like that. And my dad bought me a heat press.
Okay.
It takes maybe $3, $4 to make a shirt. You sell it for more than that. You take the profit, double down on it, and compound progression.
So where I was going with that is because, you know, a similar story, right? You taking your all, but there still are people around you that support you.
Right.
And I just heard you say your dad brought you the press,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So that was significant, right?
Absolutely.
In that process.
Very significant. Very significant.
So I heard you say that you were on our website. Thank you for checking it out and just being prepared on who you're talking to.
Absolutely.
So pre just having this conversation, what has been your relationship with sunscreen? And do you wear sunscreen while you're barbecuing?
I have actually never used sunscreen.
Okay.
I've never used sunscreen, but it's interesting because, like you said, I was doing a deep dive on the website and I'm watching the different things that you guys specialize in. And the common trope that we hear, especially is black people don't need sunscreen. Mm-hmm. Black people don't need sunscreen. But when I think about it, there's been mad times whether I was grilling or at the beach, I'll just look over at my shoulder and it's super flaky.
Yeah.
Like, am I on fire right now? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I appreciate y'all for just having confidence in these bottles and jars and just being able to like share them with the world, because y'all website introduced me actually to want to use sunscreen. Because again, I've been a person, I don't need sunscreen. Like, I'm black out. What I need sunscreen for?
Is that what you were taught?
That's what I heard. I'm sure that's what I was taught, even if it was indirectly.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's okay. You weren't taught anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So just going off of like things that you hear and it's like, oh, I guess I don't need it.
You didn't think it was for you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Okay. So we're going to give you some sunscreen.
Hey.
Yes.
We want you to wear it.
Okay.
Yes.
All summer.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
even not in the summer, but we got something particularly for you.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to play a fun game.
Yes.
Ready? You going to tee it up?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Chef. So we call this game yeah or nah.
Okay.
So I might say a word or phrase and you just respond yeah or like nah.
These are fun
No way.
questions.
Okay.
Really fun. And it's going to be kind of a round robin. So we'll start with you and then Shontay and then I'll give my answer. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So the first one. Post her hands apartment, but never her face.
Yeah. No, wait. I had to make sure I understand it. Wait, hold on. What's going on?
No, you understood it. You understood it.
did.
Yes.
You understand.
You understand it.
Uh-huh. You did.
He don't even know where to look right now. Okay, I'm up.
I feel like Mr. Krabs mean.
You want to give us an explanation, or should we just keep it moving?
Keep it moving.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sends thinking of you just to keep your roster warm.
Hold up. Let me try to process the question. Can you
These
say
are
that
not
again?
set up.
So like, you'll text her, I'm thinking of you.
To keep the roster warm?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nah.
In my younger days, maybe,
Nah.
but not now.
Nah. Okay. Turn down brand deals because you want to be selective, but it's really about the rate. You say you want to be selective, but it's about the rate.
Nah. Yeah.
Nah.
Nah.
Shall we?
You can change your answer. Okay, I'm a not. Okay. I've judged someone based on how they season their food.
Yeah.
1,000%.
1,000%. Okay. Says actor, but only has 2 roles on their IMDb.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I love it. Own it. Yes. Shontay?
No.
Yes. Why not? Yeah. Okay.
Why not, right?
Why not? Yes. Okay. Cooking is a form of therapy.
Yeah.
I don't cook nothing.
I don't cook either. So
I don't
there you
cook
go.
nothing.
Okay. While interviewing someone, you are wearing a tank top, but it's really a thirst trap.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Shit, this is hilarious.
Nah, you
Listen, these are questions tailored to you.
Yes.
Okay. Nah.
No.
Nah.
Okay.
I always think I'm not thirst trapping, but people have told me I'm thirst trapping. So it could be like, okay, maybe you're at the beach, but wearing a bathing suit, which is appropriate for the beach.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Yes.
So I don't feel like it's thirst trapping, but people say, "Oh, you look at you."
You're dressing accordingly, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm with you on that. Okay.
No, but don't you shaking your head?
I know.
I said while you're interviewing someone, you got a tank top on, sir.
Okay. Bringing your own hot sauce or seasoning to the restaurant or to someone's house.
Nah.
No way.
No. Nah. Okay. Fast food at midnight? Like you're going to leave your house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try not to.
Yeah, nah. Okay. I've gone to a party just for free food and liquor.
Yeah.
No way.
No way. I'm probably not going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've done it before.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh, you seem like that type.
Yeah.
Though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and stay for a long time.
Yeah. We here. I contributed to the party by being here.
I love it. Okay. I believe in love at first sight.
Yeah.
Have you been in love at first sight?
I don't think so.
Okay, but you think it can happen for other people?
I think it happened for anybody.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird concept for me. Love at first sight. Like
Yeah.
you look at Kimberly and I'm like, I love you, Kimberly.
Aw.
Like, is that how it works? Like, I love you, Kimberly, or like your mind is.
I think you see somebody and you're just like, that's my person.
Okay.
I think it could happen.
Okay.
I think it could happen. Okay. Sunscreen every day.
He already said nah.
You already said no, but it can become a yeah.
I've never used it.
We're going to change that.
Yeah.
We're changing that.
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay.
Hell
Mayonnaise on French fries.
No.
I've never had mayonnaise in my entire life.
No for me, especially as a vegan. Okay. Eating an entire meal in the car.
Absolutely.
This is a hard one. So, I feel like if I'm like working like in my my car is my mobile office, I would have to. But nowadays, no, nobody's allowed to eat in my car. Not me. No, you. I'm dead. I was about to say dead. Like I would be upset if somebody just cracked a burger open.
No one else.
Like I'm even iffy on drinks in the car.
So are you taking the drink out their hand if they?
I would say something like, "Hey, let's just finish it here."
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Let's just finish it here.
Yeah.
How about you?
So they can't get in your car with a drink?
Who does that? Like a bottle of water, cool. But like a Slurpee or something weird? No.
I'm with you. Water's fine, but if
Yeah.
you spill,
Yeah.
So no, I'm not eating an entire meal in the car. Mm-mm.
I've seen people at lights eating.
Oh my gosh,
plates.
like the
And
whole
not
thing.
even like paper plates, like metal plates. So where do you put that? You put it on the passenger
silverware.
side floors?
That's wild.
Kayla shake her hand. She probably does it.
Some people
You people?
sometimes.
What?
Just
Like,
as
with a
lately.
glass plate?
No, not a glass plate, but sometimes you reach in the passenger eating fries and driving.
That's different. A fry from
Yeah.
That's different. I'm talking about like a chicken
Fork.
breast.
Oh no,
Yeah.
rotisserie chicken. No, that's crazy. That's diabolical right there.
Yeah, chicken breast with mashed potato or something. Okay.
Okay. Practicing arguments in the shower.
I see him practicing arguments with ChatGPT.
No.
That's a better question.
No, I'm the original Chat GPT. But no, not in the shower. Maybe in the car ride or something, or just like working out. We're not in the shower.
Arguments. I think I just like to call them difficult conversations. Not an argument because like I'm grown. So no arguments.
So do you practice difficult conversations in the shower?
Yes.
Okay. I do. I will have to say yes, because I do talk to myself in the shower.
Yeah.
So. I can't believe I admitted that. Okay, tell people it's my own recipe, but it's actually something you got off TikTok and maybe you added some garlic or something.
Nah.
You've been guilty all these questions. Stop it. You've been guilty.
Nah. Not. No.
See.
No. I mean, not anything like off of like TikTok or anything like that. I've had
a cookbook.
I've had friends who've shown me how to do things, and I didn't act like I would say my friend taught me that.
Okay.
But yeah, nah.
Okay. I don't cook, so.
Yeah, I don't cook, so it's a nah. But I have purchased things and tried to pretend.
Oh, wait. I take it back. Wait, I just remembered something. I gotta say yeah. I've done that before. I'm guilty. Okay. There's one time, Valentine's Day, I went to the grocery store, got those little things that you can microwave in a bag, and like vegetables, whatever.
Yeah.
I put them on the plate.
Frozen vegetables.
And I put them on the plate.
Oh my!
And I just threw like some parsley and things on. This was a long time ago, so it was just kind of like,
yeah.
I made this.
I got one though.
Okay.
I do catering for like holidays,
mm-hmm.
and the caterer will come. I'll take it from out of the the aluminum pan,
mm-hmm.
and on Thanksgiving. I posted a picture of me and the turkey.
Yes.
And then I tell people, like, I cook this. I'll be bringing the dishes, because I'll put them in my ceramic dishes. I'll be pulling it out the oven.
Mm-hmm.
Marshmallows is seeping through like I just made it. I don't be playing with these people.
No.
They don't need to know my business.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. They don't need to know.
I've done it with desserts too. Cakes and all.
So we baking the whole week.
Yes.
Throwing down.
Yes. We've all done it. Okay.
Multi-talented women over
That's
here.
Right. Thank you.
As long as you can pay for it.
That's right.
That's it. Chef Beanz, this was so much fun.
Yes.
Tell us what's next for Chef Beanz Media.
Yes, so right now we have Transparency to Play LA. We just had a sold out weekend last weekend. This weekend is about to sell out over at Hudson Theater. And next we're going to be in Houston, but we're just at the point where we're just elevating, having conversations with potential like sponsorships and things like that. Outside of that, just continue to watch everything that's going on here at Chef Beanz Cafe.
Okay. Such a good conversation, such good energy. It was a lot of fun, although I wish you would have just answered your questions.
I did.
Okay, you're listening to Shamelessly Shontay. Bye.
Peace.